Vince Curran to speech Adventures in Time Travel. Adventures in Time Travel, Vince Curran.
I'm not getting older, I'm getting bitter. Strangely enough, that is a line that I wrote when I was 26 years old, and I was feeling a little bitter. But I have used humor all my life as a self-defense mechanism, and that's what I was doing at the time. When I was in high school, I took chemistry. No, that's not right. I took chemicals. Because the humor was just a self-defense mechanism, I was taking the chemicals as an escape route, as something to kind of dull the pain, which I'd had all my life. And I maintained that lifestyle for a long time because I was so good at it. I was really devoted. When I actually quit drinking, a lot of liquor companies were really concerned because I was a devoted drinker, trust me. I saw a billboard once that said, "Drink Bud Dry." I thought they meant the entire brewery. Mission accomplished, sir! But finally, I got sobered up. And I realized, when I got sobered up, that humor is not just a defense mechanism. You can also use it as an offensive strategy. Humor can really heal. Humor can vaccinate you from the pain. It can really make you happy. And it's really glad that I realized that right then, because that's when I really needed it. Just as I was becoming, you know, chronologically superior, as I refer to it. Which I'll tell you, getting older is not for wussies. When you get older, just like a fine vintage automobile, moving parts start to stick and creak and yeah, not work quite so well as they used to. All the stuff that looked so pretty when you first got it, oh, it's starting to lose its luster and its shine. You get those little tears and rips and dings and dents and drips and leaks. Your knobs start to fall off, you know. And the body work goes straight to hell. It really does. And when I realized that, I decided, you know, I'm going to start getting into shape. The shape I have chosen is oval. It's true, because when you start getting older, your specific gravity, you know, kind of goes up. And I think that's probably, at least in my case, it's due to, you know, comfort food, which is so named because it makes you look like an overstuffed sofa. But anyway, now your eyesight begins to deteriorate, which is really handy. God had a plan. Your eyes start to deteriorate. So just as you're starting to look not so good, she's starting to see not so good. It's perfect. You guys can stay together. But it's not all physical. I mean, it's mental to a certain point too, and generational. There are all kinds of strange things that I find that go on. I have been hanging out with a lot of these young kids recently, and I do the things that they do. They wanted to go to a gentleman's club, which if you've ever been to one, you are amazed at how many gentlemen you see in there. But they took me to a gentleman's club, and I just did not fit in. I felt so embarrassed. One of the dancers caught me looking at her face. Oh, man. She's like, "Hey!" I didn't know. You turn into your dad when you get older, you do, which is really stupid. I mean, I know these things, and yet I say them wrong. The other day, I called my iPod my Walkman. Do you call it a remote? We call it the clicker. Because you used to click when you don't click anymore. It is very, very funny. Calling my iPod my Walkman, which really, whenever I do that, my wife just, I mean, she goes into conniption fits. And you should, it really makes me seem very, very ancient to my young, whippersnapper friends. These are all old terms that old people use. Anyway, As Sylvia was saying, though, there is humor in everything. There really is. I mean, even sad things like funerals. If you just go out and look for it, you will see the humor. You will find the humor. At my age, I get invited to a lot of weddings, and I also get invited to a lot of funerals. Do you want to go to the wedding? Do you want to go to the funeral? Do you want to go to the wedding? Do you want to go to the funeral? Frankly, I would rather go to a funeral. When you go to a funeral, at least you know that they're going to stay dead. I love it, man. At the last funeral I went to, I caught the bouquet. But it's true. Get out there and look for the humor in life. Really, look for it. It's there. It's everywhere you go. If you look for the funnier feeling thought, the better feeling thought, it will make you feel better. And the more you do it, the better you get at it. When you start looking for the humor in the world, you'll find it. And you'll get better and better at it all the time. That's so important. Nowadays, people just don't pay attention. Be more aware. Be aware of your surroundings all the time. Either that, you might end up walking in front of a fire engine while you're texting. You don't want to do that. So, be aware. Use the humor. The humor will change your life. It changed my attitude. I'm not getting older. I'm getting much, much better.